I wonder, have you seen a link on WhatsApp? Did you click on it? Did you find yourself a member of a political party to which you didn't even know you were registered? Well, Information, Communication and Technology Cabinet Secretary Joe Musheru has admitted that data from the Voters Register of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has been compromised, and that is as some people seek to buy the voter register at a cost of, get this, 4 million shillings. This comes at a time when majority of Kenyans have realized that they've been registered as members of various political parties without either their knowledge, interest or consent.
With barely 13 months to the 2022 general election, the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties is on the spot after many Kenyans found themselves registered as members of various political parties without their consent. ODM leader Raila Odinga's son is among staunch members of certain political parties who have found themselves registered as members of a different party. Numerous Kenyans who say they have never been associated to any political party have also found themselves registered to different political parties without their consent. This breach of protection of personal data and privacy has raised fears that it could have been done by people who mine such private data from mobile money transaction booklets, entry information booklets at buildings, and technology applications where personal data is keyed in. The Office of the Registrar of Political Parties shared the deregistration process, asking the affected to write to the political parties. These did not go down well with many, as they felt they are being thrust into a process which they did not even seek to be part of. This has put the focus on the Data Commissioner, and the ICT Cabinet Secretary Joe Musheru says this is an open violation.
People are now trying to buy the voter register, and I think the current price today is 4 million shillings. The register, although you can get it from IEBC, which has not the full numbers, ID or phone number. This one, some people are selling, has everything.
As a controller, under the Data Protection Act and under the Constitution, she has a duty to make sure that the records she keeps are, first of all, collected in a lawful process, which means the people whose data you collect, whose data you have custody of, consented to collection of that information, and number two, that the records you're keeping are accurate.
Even though Kenyans can write to the Registrar of Political Parties to deregister themselves, stakeholders are looking to the Data Commissioner Immaculate Kasait for answers.
Yes, you can always move the court by way of constitutional petitions to affirm your right to privacy and your right to freedom of association. This is something that violates your right to freedom of association. Every Kenyan who's agreed by this particular instance to do is to write to the Data Protection Commissioner. We need to see action from her office in the form of directions, in the form of fines, in the form of punishments, and severe punishments, not only to the political parties, but to the registrar. This is something that needs to change.
So if somebody uses and misuses any information or reveals information of citizens without the authority of the person, there is a very serious process and legal process. And people will be fined a lot of money and even jail terms for these kind of things.
Vincent Odur, NTV.